Boys, whether we want to admit it or not, genetics play a massive role in whether our fitness journey is going to be successful or not. So today we're actually going to be ranking bad genetics on a scale from it's over all the way to it doesn't matter at all.
Now, in absolutely none of these tiers can you not build a actually good physique. I still think with all of the worst genetics in the world, if you're in the gym for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, even naturally, you will build a good physique. First up, we have small chest insertions or a super flat chest.
I think a lot of people can get away with this. Like, you don't need a big chest to be aesthetic, but to look well-rounded, I think you definitely do.
If you want to see the biggest example of this, Tristan Lee has a really small chest, and you really notice it when you get to low body fat percentages. So I think if you do have a flat chest, stay around 14-15%. I'm gonna put it in big disadvantage.
All right, next we have narrow clavicles.
Yeah, not to be mistaken with small shoulders. You can have big shoulders, but you can still actually have narrow clavicle bones.
Yeah, honestly, the frame pill is a very hard pill to swallow, but it essentially goes as such. If you have a narrow frame, a dude who is smaller than you in terms of muscle mass and has a wider frame will be more appealing in the eyes of most women, okay? It's just how it is.
I don't think you're cooked because you can still grow massive shoulders, but it is a big disadvantage. Next, we have high lat insertions. Now, I think lower lat insertions maybe look a little bit better, but it's like preference, to be honest. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it matters at all. Next, we have a short torso. Okay, I honestly is gonna be straight up. I think it's over, bro, honestly. Like, there is, like, I could put it cooked, but it's over, meaning there is no saving. I don't think you can build your way out of the short torso. I just think it looks unaesthetic.
Yeah, because you can't train your way out of it. You can't extend your torso. The best thing you can do is pull your shorts down a bit more, but you might show your Johnson if you pull them down too far. So I think it's over.
Yeah, this is not to say strength gains. Obviously, you can be strong as fuck. We're talking purely aesthetic here. Over, boys. You are literally cooked.
Next, we have short tricep insertions. Your triceps make up like 2/3 of the size of your arm. So if you have bad insertions with that tricep muscle, it's going to be hard to get big arms. I do think you can train your way out of it with big biceps, just getting big arms in general.
Yeah, I'm honestly going to say it doesn't matter in terms of aesthetics because you can build your way out of it quite easily. I don't think it matters at all. Next, we have a wide waist. We both suffer from this problem. We both have objectively a big waist. Like, we'll never have that influence of physique purely because of the wide waist. Like, almost every truly aesthetic influencer has a tiny as fuck waist. I'm honestly going to put it in cooked.
Next, we have a slow metabolism or guys that started off overweight. Now, I'm going to go here and say, maybe this is biased because I've always been a super skinny guy, so I guess I've never understood the struggle, but I'm going to say it doesn't matter. Because when you cut that weight as a bigger dude, they're always big.
Yeah, we see this with like all of our clients because we only really coach people to cut down. It's never to bulk. Whenever they actually have the proper information to cut and they cut down, they always have more muscle mass underneath.
I'm going to go ahead and say, like, if you weren't that overweight, it's just unaesthetic. It's unaesthetic, especially if you have a little bit of loose skin.
I almost think it's a big disadvantage, to be honest. Because for someone like me who's naturally lean, I can stay lean throughout summer, no problem.
Yeah, because these guys are always going to have to diet. It is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm going to say just for like quality of life, it's a big disadvantage. Next, we have fast metabolism. This might be biased, but it fucking sucks.
Yeah, any guy that's trying to bulk up as a skinny guy just knows it feels like they can never eat enough food. And this was me personally. But it's kind of a cope because once you really learn nutrition and you learn dieting properly, you realize that's all just math. You know, you're not eating as much food as you really think you are. I genuinely think it doesn't matter, and I think it pays off in the long run because you can build a nice aesthetic physique and stay lean.
Especially when you get older and you fill out, it's going to be easier to just stay lean.
I'm going to say it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You just need to eat more. Next is naturally low testosterone levels.
Well, this shit you can actually always inject into your delt or your glute, so that's the thing.
I lied to you. I'm a piece of shit. I will not be apologizing. You will not hear me say sorry. The real truth of it is that I continue to lie about this, keep making money from it for financial and social gain.
If you couldn't do that, I'd say you'd almost be cooked. There are ways to naturally increase your testosterone, but if you genuinely have like hypogonadism, it's going to be extremely hard to build mass.
Yeah, if this was a natural tier list, you'd be cooked. However, I mean, that's not a rule here. You can always inject it. So I'm going to say it doesn't really matter.
So next we have short bicep insertions. I have an extremely long bicep insertion. There's literally no gap there.
I don't think it's a huge deal though, to be honest, because when you have a shorter bicep insertion, your peak will be bigger, however, when you flex your arms.
I think it just looks shit though. Like if you look at this photo right here, that to me just looks so shit.
I don't think it looks bad.
I think it looks shit. I think it looks unaesthetic anyway.
I'm going to put it in the unaesthetic category. Next, we've got being short. Now, if this was a dating tier list, you'd be cooked. However, This is bodybuilding, and I think being short, depending how short you are, can be a good thing. And in most cases, it is a good thing because your mass is squished down into a shorter frame. It's easier to you look better with less mass.
Yeah, especially if you want to be a fraudulent influencer who only looks big on camera.
However, I'm gonna say, like, if you start to get really short, like Trend Twins short, you start to sort of just look stocky and like not aesthetic. I'm just gonna put it in the unaesthetic category.
Next, we have the John Jones legs, bad calves.
So it's like almost entirely genetic, and I think if this was a bodybuilding stage, like oiled up in a G-banger on stage, they'd say, oh, it's bad, bro, like it's cooked. But to be honest, like small calves are athletic as fuck. And it means you're just more athletic in general if you have smaller calves.
Yeah, we've both got very good calf genetics. We've never trained calves, and I always get complimented on my calves. And it looks good, like especially where I wear like shorts or whatever. Just be honest, like you're wearing pants half the year. It does not really matter.
Next, we got small wrists. Now, this is a bigger problem than you might think because small wrists in and of itself isn't like, who cares? You just get a smaller watch size. However, small wrists and small ankles are a big determinator for the amount of muscle mass your body can hold. So generally guys with small wrists and small ankles can't hold on to as much mass naturally. There's actually a test you can do online. It's called the Casey butt test. And essentially you put in your ankle and your wrist circumference into there and it calculates how much mass you should be able to gain within your natural limit. I'm gonna say it's
a big
disadvantage.
It's a big disadvantage.
Finally, we have being tall. Now, this is like really tall. I'm talking like 6'5" and over.
Yep, I'm a pretty tall guy.
There are guys that can fill out their frame easily. For me personally, I'm always going to look tall and a little bit lanky, and I'm only not only 6'4", but I'm not outrageously tall. But it has been hard for me to pack on muscle.
But I'm still going to say over a long enough time frame, you're going to pack on enough muscle where you look aesthetic and then like you're just tall and aesthetic. It's like a double.
Yeah. If you want to talk about general appeal as well, the treatment you get for being tall plus jacked is completely different to being short and jacked. Like I'm not even using my own bias. You can use your own common sense and figure that out. It just has a different look to it. It's impressive. It's more impressive.
Also, guys, if you've been triggered about any of these tier list placements, just know that we're coming from the point of view of we're trying to look aesthetic and attractive. That's what this channel's about. It's not about bodybuilding in a G-banger on stage. This is like the real world physique advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
And like not having an insane amount of muscle mass and being tall doesn't really fucking matter in the real world as long as you can pack on some mass and look aesthetic. So I'm gonna say it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna say it doesn't matter at all. In fact, I'd almost put it as a plus if we're talking, normal height.
But there you go, boys. Absolutely troll us in the comments about where you think these should have been placed.
And also let us know in the comments which shit genetic body part you have. I literally thought that I couldn't build an aesthetic physique, and we did exactly that. If you go in the description, if you go in the description and join our email list too, it's completely free. We will absolutely bumfuck your inbox with 30 aesthetic
30 aesthetic physique hacks over 30 days, guys.
Yeah, there is no catch. We literally just rape your inbox with everything we use to build aesthetic physique ourselves. Might send you a few other little cheeky things, see how we're feeling. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you enjoyed.